Hello, my name's Ben. I live in Florida. I have a question about how I should pay my wife and invest her income. I am in private practice and I max out my employer side of my 401k, my employee side of my 401k, and a cash balance pension plan. My wife does lots of work for the practice, such as QuickBooks, bookkeeping, running errands, and we have never paid her because it seemed like a pointless exercise to increase my business expenses and send our income basically in a circle. However, since I've become more financially literate thanks to you, I realize I should be paying her a fair and reasonable wage, and then we could invest that income that she generates in retirement accounts for her. And my question for you is, should we do a solo 401k for her or a mega backdoor Roth IRA? I recently read your blog post from, I think, 2019 and how you changed your wife's retirement investing from a solo 401k to a mega backdoor Roth IRA. So a few more details to help solve this problem. I defer about $125,000 between the employer and the employee side of my 401k, which are maxed out, and a cash balance pension plan, which is another $75,000 a year. We are 37 years old, so we have a rather long time horizon, and I'm thinking maybe we are better off paying the taxes as she gets paid, and then using that money as a larger mega backdoor Roth contribution versus deferring the taxes and maxing out the employee side of a solo 401k.
Okay, this is a common question. Lots of docs want to pay their spouse for helping with the practice. Yes, if you did put your spouse on the payroll, you can put that income into retirement accounts. It's a great benefit of having a spouse on payroll. And obviously, even without being on payroll, without any earned income at all, you can still do a backdoor Roth IRA for your spouse. But keep in mind that I assume there's other employees in this practice, which means that she can only use the practice retirement plan if she's an employee of the practice. It's not like she gets to go open an individual 401k because she's an employee. Being an employee doesn't entitle you to do that. And so she can't just go open an individual 401k. But you got to ask yourself, do you really want to do this? There are downsides to employing your spouse that otherwise has no other earned income. The main one is that you got to pay your Social Security taxes. Whereas for most doctors, you've already paid the maximum Social Security tax. And so if you shift that income from your column to your spouse's column, all of a sudden those Social Security taxes have to be paid again. And in a lot of ways, a lot of spouses are better off in retirement taking 50% of your benefit rather than their own benefit. And so you're not getting any benefit to paying thousands of extra dollars in Social Security taxes. I mean, keep in mind how much Social Security tax is, right? It's 6.2% for the employee and 6.2% for the employer, although that's deductible, unlike the first $135,000 or something you make. It's a big tax. I mean, that could be $15,000 or something. It's pretty hard to get a deduction big enough into a 401k that it makes sense to pay those unnecessary taxes in order to get it. So keep that in mind, that cost is likely higher than the benefits of getting some more 401k contributions. But if you decide that cost is not too high, you're still stuck with only using the practice 401k. Only if the only people working there are you and your spouse can you use an individual 401k. This is the issue we have with the White Coat Investor this year. We got employees now. So we got to change from an individual 401k to a real 401k. And of course, you can't just open an individual 401k as an employee. It's not allowed. If you want your questions answered by the White Coat Investor, record your question at whitecoatinvestor.com/YQA or click the link in the description.